So tonight we should finally get the full EZA details for STR Jiren here. This guy is a very old EZA. In fact, he was the oldest Dokkan Fest exclusive unit without an EZA. Now I believe at this point the oldest Dokkan Fest unit without an EZA is EGO Android 13, which is crazy because this Jiren's a 2017 unit. And then Android 13 is like an end of 2018 unit, right? So this unit has been sitting there for a very long time without getting an Extreme Z Awakening. So it makes sense that, I mean, it's very easy to predict that this celebration was going to be based around Universe Survival Saga next because they want to knock out this Jiren. I wouldn't be surprised if, let's say, the next Dokkan Fest or even LR is based around the Wrath of the Dragon movie and we get LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku to EZA. Don't be surprised, that should probably be coming up very soon, or at least something related to Super Saiyan 3. That'd make a lot of sense to me. Like maybe we get some Super Saiyan 3 Goku LR as the second half of this month, right? But that's getting into a whole other thing. Let's talk about Jiren. Additionally, we are getting the Hit Extreme Z Awakening returning, which that does mean that we should also be getting the sub EZAs for hits, right? So if you take a look here, I guess I'll just bring it up just so you guys are aware how when these EZAs are like announced to return in the news, can I like click on the medal itself? No. Maybe this? No. Hello? Usually it lets me click on this and then I could be taken to the is my computer just like being funny? No. Okay, so whatever. The medals that awaken these the characters that awaken from those medals specifically is the STR Frost Full Power, Bodo Magetta, and then Physical Champa actually also does awaken from these medals. You can see they all have Fierce Battle. And what happens is when they announce these to return, that means that the units that EZA'd from Tech Hits Dokkan event will get their EZA. That's why it's a reprint. So it basically does confirm what we call sub EZAs for these characters. Now, Jiren, I think that he could actually be pretty good because he's a very blank slate character. And you know, Jiren's character in terms, like Dokkan usually likes to design these characters based off of how they look like in the show. And I mean, this STR Jiren on release was very good. We got LR Jiren on his release was very good. But there's like been no other Jirens really that have released. Actually, like at all, basically. I mean, this Jiren had damage reduction, right? So I'm thinking like, give this boy like 50% damage reduction or something. And then he's probably going to do some decent attack stats. Maybe have like 50% chance to crit, then a guaranteed crit if the enemy's stunned. Maybe he even stacks. Like he's probably going to be like a very strong like wall or offensive unit, or maybe even both, right? I do think that with what this Jiren has with such a blank slate, and you know how he is in the series, and Dokkan loves to replicate how characters feel like in the series, this Jiren could very well be very good. Or, you know, at the same time they can fumble and he's very bad. Maybe he has like 200% defense and they're like, yeah, that's a tanky boy. And they're just wrong for that, right? But, you know, we'll see. I think this, I mean, especially because it's like Universe 11 and Jiren, right? We don't usually get Jirens or like a Goku Black, for example, in Goku Black. We always, well, I mean, well, I say always, but eventually we'll get one. Not as high of a chance for Jiren, but whatever. I think this Jiren could be potentially interesting. And then we have the sub EZAs here. So I'm going to read a couple of these replies I got to this tweet to see what people are thinking the EZAs are going to be. But that's my thoughts on Jiren. Again, you can't really, though, like 100% tell how they're going to design him. Because he's just a blank slate. They could do anything with them. They could give him anything. I mean, saying like, you know, you may say like, oh, they won't give a character damage reduction. But with previous EZAs, they have given those characters damage reduction. Case in point, Physical Beerus gained damage reduction on his EZA, right? He did not have any damage reduction prior to his EZA, so Jiren could easily get something like that, right? And that would make a good amount of sense to me, right? You know, obviously it's Jiren. STR Frost, I actually don't really have hopes for this boy, honestly. I mean, add greatly raise attack and defense. Add defense here, that would be like a minimum, or at least like a 30% defense raise. What they'll probably do is they'll be like greatly raise attack and then raise defense for one turn, like a normal defense raise. They don't usually like to hand out these 50% raises. I mean, this at bare minimum has to like equal the same, like attack and defense, like 130%, 40% on super. He has to get start of turn buffs at least like 60%. I'm thinking like you can have like 60% attack and defense start of turn, 140% attack and defense on super attack. But he's gonna pretty much suck because guess what, AoE meta. So I don't really see a situation where this guy's gonna be good in the most difficult content. But at the same time, he's a sub EZA, so it's like I'm gonna have like lower expectations for Frost and like Boda Magetta and Champa than I will for Jiren, right? Because Jiren is actual Dokkan Fest, so they usually have like these Dokkan Fest like at a higher like standard than for these sub EZAs that are just banner units, right? So we'll see. I mean, maybe they give him dodge or something. Maybe they give him some defensive mechanic. Again, this is not something you can predict, but like what if he gets like for 6 turns key 3 and then like a 60% chance to dodge, and then that could be like something interesting. Not that I think they'll give him that, but who knows, right? Maybe we'll be surprised, right? But yeah, no, I wouldn't expect like the Frost to be really good in the most difficult stages regardless, but it would be nice. Boda Magetta is a character that I think could actually be really, really good. I mean, what could they do? I think, you know, there's 2 things they could do. They could either make this just unconditional, or it could be a situation where, what if he guaranteed guards in slot 1? And then he also gets guard activated against all attacks when HP is 80% below. Maybe this stays the same, but then he has a guaranteed guard in like slot 1. So like you could put him in slot 1, but then in the situation where he's guarding where you're under 80% HP, right? You could like, okay, maybe I need to put him in slot 3 for this time, right? Or like, you know, you have a little flexibility, because I don't think under 80% would be like that difficult to get like during the fight at any given point. But an issue is, you know, if they don't give him a form of a guaranteed guard. I mean, ideally they just get rid of the HP condition, but I don't think they would do that. But I can see them like making him have also guard guaranteed in another certain scenario, right? So hopefully that would be a thing. At least it's like a guaranteed guard. So like, okay, I know I'm under 80%, I will guard, right? They're probably just gonna give him like some stats like for each attack he receives, which is not like that usually does suck if you're a unit that doesn't really have defensive mechanics to back it up. So I mean, if it's like, maybe if it's like for 6 turns he gets 60% attack and defense when guard is activated, that would be best case scenario, something like that. Make his stats increase. I mean, this is already going to be a good ability right here. Like if they make this like 50% for 6 turns or something, and then gave him like some sort of additional in there, and then he has like the multiplicative stats in here, I think this unit could actually become quite strong. So that would be good. I mean, he has tough as nails. I mean, who else has tough as nails that would be like a Universe Survival Saga maybe? Whenever this unit gets easy age, I mean, imagine this unit and this unit has a rotation. I mean, they have tough as nails, they have solid support, determine of power, fierce battle. Like that's not even, actually that's not too bad. If whenever this unit gets an easy age, if this unit like becomes a very strong defensive slot 1 unit, you could put the LR Golden Frieza and then 17 whenever they easy in slot 2. That could be interesting. I mean, I would say Topo, but Topo does want a Universe 11 category ally on the rotation. I mean, I guess like if we get like a Jiren and then he leads Universe Survival Saga or Tournament Participants or something, and it's like, you know, you have like a Universe 11 team, but then you could just throw Boda Magetta on there. You don't necessarily need a full Universe 11 team, you just need like another 3 or more. So I mean, that could technically work, but this Topo would be like a slot 1 unit too. I don't know. Whenever he EZAs, obviously, right? So this unit could be good, really good for Kale. But the issue with Kale is that now we got like event power creeps to the, you know, situation where LR Kale and Caulifla really suffer in this content that we currently have out. So now Kale needs another Caulifla. At the bare minimum though, having like a Universe like 6 setup does help this character out, because this ability right here could get a lot stronger if we're able to run like a full Universe 11 or Universe 6 setup. And it could be interesting, but yeah, I don't know. That's the thing. So this unit being good still matters, but we still need like a Caulifla for Kale for the Universe 16. And then Champa, I don't know. Maybe he has the support. I don't think the support will necessarily change. Maybe they just give him 60% dodge or something. Like, you can't really tell what this Chamba's gonna look like again. He's another very blank slate unit. He's a support, and sometimes like they're like, okay, we're gonna make the support offensive for no reason, or not give him defensive tech. I can't tell you really. Like, it's easier to read what this Boda Magetta will look like, or maybe even what this Frost will look like, than like Champa. I mean, this maybe will become a high chance. Like, I don't care about this, but they're probably going to buff this like a high chance or something. Maybe it just gets 200% attack. Who knows, right? And yeah, I can't tell you. I mean, just give him dodge and then start a turn defense. Like 200% defense start of turn, high 60% chance to dodge, or high chance to dodge. Like, what if it's like 30% chance to dodge, then another like 20% per Universe 6 category ally in rotation, and then like in a full Universe 6 rotation he has like a 70% chance to dodge, and then he's supporting Universe 6 and then a high chance to get the 200% attack, and then maybe just like a raised defense for the turn, greatly raised defense for the turn, and then that'd be okay. I mean, maybe if he does somehow get some multiplicative stats, that would be a lot better, because then he would end up being a dodge or die unit without that. Like, I don't know, what could they give him? I don't know. He would need some multiplicative stats, probably, or else he would like die to normals very easily with just 200% defense start of turn. Like, that would suck. So yeah, that's the issue. So yeah. All right, and keep in mind the maintenance will be tomorrow at 4 p.m. Pacific time. So yeah, we're gonna get the details on the 10th, 1 a.m. Pacific time, which is the usual time. We should get the sub EZAs. The sub EZAs might drop 2 hours before, but usually they've been dropping them all at the same time, so that's what I'm thinking. Then we'll have the maintenance, and then the maintenance will end. And actually, yeah, no, he drops on the 12th. Okay, so the maintenance will last until then, and then the day after he will actually come out. So that is that. Let me know what you guys think about, you know, Jiren and the sub EZAs. Again, let me take a look at some of these comments, and then we'll just like end the video from there. Let's see. Frost is gonna be insanely busted. I don't know. I'm thinking the opposite, but who knows? Maybe they'll make Frost, like, again, maybe since he has a 6-turn buff, they make this like a very strong like 6-turn buff for some reason, right? It's not like impossible. I almost feel like you're being like sarcastic, but you know, who knows? Maybe that happens, right? Let's see the quotes here. You hope they're better than Jiren. I mean, honestly, this unit probably has the most chance of success. If I was gonna say, Boda Magetta, even though like they, like I said, they hold like easy ATURs, like Dokkan Fest specifically, at like higher standards. This unit already has a very strong defensive mechanic built in, and you know they're probably gonna give him like, you know, they design these characters a very certain way. Like a lot of the times where you can kind of read into like these designs with these guard units. Like you could, like I could see this and be like, yeah, he's gonna get defense when guard is activated, or with each attack received to build up, or then like, you know, maybe this will like increase. Like it's kind of very easy to tell because they repeat these like patterns with these guarding units like every time we get a guard unit, right? So yeah. Okay, Boda Magetta again. Okay. If one of them is good, it would be pleasantly surprised. I wouldn't say so. They have had really good EZA designs like last month. The only role like fail was in Goku Black, but like even Tech Trunks was like solid. Obviously Angel Zamasu in Future Gohan, you know, those units had dumb introduction. But like, you know, let's say in Goku Black, very, very good EZA design. So Jiren, physical Beerus, Gogeta blue level. Yeah, I think that's like a good expectation for what Jiren should be. I wouldn't be like, oh, he's not as good as Angel Zamasu, he sucks. Because again, like Angel Zamasu, Future Gohan, they already had built-in reduction. So it's kind of, it is different. It does make a difference, right? Frost, bad. Boda Magetta, Angel, Golden Frieza 2R. That'd be crazy if he's like that good. And then he's just like good forever. Int Mai. Yeah, like an Int Mai for Champa would be okay. The only thing about Int Mai is that, again, she's like, she has to super first. Like, so many of these units have to super attack first, and there's like so many AoE bosses, right? At least with Champa, like in the Fusions and Zamasu fight, wouldn't be that big of a deal, because obviously Champa has type advantage, right? But Omega would be the best one in physical Champa. Jiren probably suck. Let's see. Again, is Jiren, they like to like convey like how these characters are in the series. I could see Jiren actually being good, but I mean, I guess at the same time, In Goku Black sucked, but that's also kind of different because he had stacking defense, and they're like, yeah, stacking defense is as good as like guard, damage reduction, blah 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 blah. All right. Boda Magetta easily gonna be the best. Champa would be nice, needs support. Tech Trunks level, maybe. I would say no. S-tier Jiren doesn't stack. I mean, if they give him like greatly raised defense, then yeah. But like, I don't think he's gonna stack like that, right? Yeah, because people have to understand, like, the stacking units, like units that greatly stack defense. Like, it's very clear at this point they do consider that on par with like guard, dodge, damage reduction. Like, you could easily tell. That's why like In Goku Black is the way he is, and like Tech Trunks is like how he is. So that's the thing. But I think I'll just end things here. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and I guess I'll catch you next time.